it's funny how we say it, we say we have to have alignment with the vision. And I really don't mean by numbers, because I think we all talk about strategy, we talk about return on investment, we talk about everything. But at the end of the day, you truly need to be an entrepreneur, or you have to have a mindset of an entrepreneur. And I think 99% of Indians have that, because every day we do our bank balances in a very different way than the guys in the North American context does. So I think the perspective of whether you are aligned with the corporate vision, whether you are aligned at the global vision, I think those needs to be clearly understood. Because if they are not, then you will always tend to feel that why is this guy telling me this to do when really it is not going to add any value to the Indian organization. So there are times when we struggle because your corporate is going to tell you to do something with the vision that is in their mind, but locally we think, you know what, safety moment has no value. Why the hell am I doing this safety moment thing? Trust in me, I'm telling you, we started this safety moment thing about 6 months ago, maybe 6 months ago. The results have been so phenomenal that just the very basic understanding of how to be sure that you are safe at work, we have had 0 LTIR. When I say LTIR, I mean lost time incident report. We used to have one guy falling, tripping, wires everywhere, conference rooms, people leave the conference room with chairs everywhere running. But I think at the end of the day, it's the damn culture which has to go into the system. And once you start seeing things, and then you start to believe in things, you start to see the action around it too. So what I'm trying to say is, though most CEOs don't come out and say it, I believe that the vision of the organization is truly belonging to the people who are actually implementing it on a daily basis. Otherwise, it's not going to sink into people's mind. Business and growth strategy, I think I'm not going to dwell too much. Obviously, she needs to know where my numbers are, what my competition is, who is going to beat us in 3 months, who is going to get which project. And the most important thing in this is, who are my people? Are they in the right place? Are they the right guys? And we all as CEOs, what do I want? Obviously, I want a guy who's probably got 50 years of wisdom, right? He's got 40 years of solid experience, equivalent of 40 years of work experience. He's probably 30 years old. And most importantly, I want to pay him only what a 20-year-old guy will get paid. Now, where do you find those people? And I think the key to this is to recognize that where the organization is sitting. And if you are not understanding the numbers, I think you got to get into those numbers, because it took us some time. I know we both had to work. She comes from a very different background. I am new to SNC. I've joined SNC about a year ago. HR was very different to us. HR was in a corner room. When I first walked into the office, I was just shocked as to where my HR was. Truly, honestly. And then now, as you move on, you make the shift. But I think once HR understands where your numbers are, and HR understands what the role function is, I think you can do many things that were not done before. I just give you a very simple example. Today we do EPC in India. But at a global level, what does India bring to the organization? It purely brings more engineers than anywhere they can find in the world, right? We hardly used to do recruitment from that perspective. Today, we probably have got 300 people across the world who are actually being recruited by us and put them in those organizations. And HR has actually become one of my big business numbers. So at the end of every month, I'm actually looking at how many guys we have deployed, because that money, without doing any management of those guys, I'm actually doing very well with regards to where my P&L is. So this just gives you an understanding of what this business is all about. So if you tell me as HR, what do you think? I always tell her, I don't think nothing. I just want to make sure I keep doing more numbers, because it's all about numbers at the end of the day. Then I talk about comp packages. We all have challenges. We always look at a person and we say, oh, he's got 28 years of experience. And that statement is very common in my field. Okay, as in EPC, the first question an interviewee is going to ask the person is, so tell me how many years you've done what you are doing. Whether the guy understands, doesn't understand, has a clue, no clue, it's purely on, oh, I'm 28 years experience. That means you're supposed to get so much pay. That's absolutely nonsensical. The key issue for me when we were recruiting people, and this is what I reiterate, that when we first heard all this, we said we need to make a global shift. If you are going to bring a guy on the table, you are going to weigh him by how many people he manages, not by how many years of experience he has. And is he doing it well?